I mean, it's just amazing. And I'm not going to throw out the trauma, but I'm sure writing about this I'm assuming it was therapeutic for you. I
Oh,
just
I
didn't
love,
know if you had.
love, 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 love this question. I hope listeners out there don't take up writing through trauma or writing your traumatic events through and then writing them down, because that is something that I don't recommend. It is
Right,
so traumatizing. So
right,
that actually to me was the hardest thing to do, to go back and rewrite all the trauma. You get triggered again. And it was almost like I had lived it again, and I was having nightmares. And eventually my husband said, "Why are you doing this?" And I kept on saying, "I'm doing this, I'm sharing this so that somebody else could recognize, or hopefully will recognize, that they're not alone." Because when I was a kid, I searched for a book that showed me that somebody got through a tough time through any form of trauma, so, or anything that traumatized them. It could be whatever, it could be a small thing or a big thing. And I was looking for hope. And that's kind of the reason I thought, well, I need to show somebody, you know, maybe that 1 out of 6 or that 1 out of 4, that you can make it through on the other side. I never believed that I would be successful, be a functioning adult. I just didn't have any examples of that.
right.
I never really thought that I would be able to find a loophole through this dyslexia that was just trauma that happened in that childhood. So I just didn't have a lot of faith. And when I was looking at books, I just couldn't find the right book without being traumatized, listening to somebody else's story. And when I was writing through this, it's different than journal. I used to journal as a kid. I used to just write notes and just get it out there on a piece of paper and then just throw it away. But I think writing, you really have to picture, like, what does the room look like? What were the sounds in the background?
Yeah.
How was I feeling, and where was the feeling coming from, and what was that sensation? So I think writers really have to dig deep in that and try to articulate an interesting way so that you could experience this, the same sort of feeling, but being mindful not to traumatize your reader. So it was really hard, to write that way. And it took me forever. I had to actually sit down with the trauma therapist and go over it so that I wouldn't traumatize a reader, so
That's a
that
good.
anybody could read it and go, "Oh, that's a way out."